everyone, and welcome to RPGeeks, where we do Dungeons and Dragons and science set in the sci-fi world of Braxigantu. If you don't know, thank you. Yeah, we are for science communicators. We like to play TTRPGs. We like to talk about the science that comes up in the games, but there will be no science today because no science. There might be a little bit. Well, if you. We'll see. But we've got bigger things on our mind because we have finally come to the two-part now finale of our year and a bit long campaign.
When did the first episode go down?
When did we start?
Question.
It was right after my birthday. It was June 10th, 2021, something like that.
I'll get on the date for the first episode.
2021
long
June
campaign. This has been RPGeeks' first campaign. The longest, the best, the only.
It was June 11th, 2021.
There you go.
That was the first
amazing.
episode.
And
we've only done 40 episodes.
Well, no, we have done more than 40
we had the
episodes.
DnDebrief.
The DnDebrief
separate,
episodes.
We used to do it
And
that
specials.
way.
yes,
And lots of specials.
Yeah, lots of one-shots. But for now, welcome to episode 40, part 1, the finale, part 1. Do not fear, we will sum up what's going on. But first off, we will introduce.
Very confidently, so Charmony.
Well, Ali will sum up some of what's going on, which we and you may or may not understand. First off, we'll just introduce ourselves. My name is Charmony. I use mostly she/her pronouns. I'm a science video maker, and I am playing Tenebris. Tenebris is a drow Abermind sorcerer. She has been reunited with her former employer, who's now mind controlling her, which seems fine, and I'm fine with that. But fortunately, the former employer is super nice, lovely, and on the side of good, and is about to help save the world. Emily Bates.
Lies. She's lying. Hi, I'm Emily Bates. I too am a science communicator. I use she/her pronouns, and I play Infinite Sky 6000, serial number 86919726, PMGB 1530ML. She is a Circle of Stars druid wood elf. In original D&D terms, in our game, she is a terraforming druid. She's wonderful. She has met her potential old brother, brother/nemesis. We're not entirely sure. She's been having a lot of weird dreams throughout the campaign, and I think we're starting to get some insight into what maybe they were, and I'm scared for them. But is there anything else? I think that's the main stuff you need to know. She's got screens all over her. She's great. Simon.
Hi, I'm Simon, and I am playing Uriel. I too am a science communicator, and Uriel is not the character that we met at the start of the campaign. Uriel was a cybernetically enhanced human, which in D&D terms was a dwarf monk. Presently, Uriel, post an intervention by a Samsungarai, and then by Infinity, Uriel is now entirely cybernetic, and has a brain inside. There's still that bit, but is now an emotionless husk of a being who is just
I want your emotions back.
Well, I mean, this is the last chance that we're going to get to potentially do that. Quite where this is going to go, however, is in the hands of our Fate Weaver, Ali Jennings.
Hello. I'm Ali Jennings. I do. Hello.
What?
I do.
It's just got Ali Jennings. You want schemes? I've got schemes.
Schemes.
Yeah.
Loads of schemes.
Oh, he's got
Opens
loads of
coat.
schemes.
You want schemes? I've got
Loads
financial
of
schemes. Got D&D schemes.
I always got a scheme doing on papyrus. So I built this world, our world of Braxigantu. And some other worlds, actually, which we never got to.
What?
And then
We could have gone to other worlds.
and then
Very expensive.
In this economy?
We can do spin-offs. It's fine.
Okay.
I think spin-off is one of the possible outcomes of today, to be fair.
You'll be lucky. What I wanted to say was, it has been so amazing playing with such an incredibly talented group of players.
You're making me cry.
Like,
Don't
you
do
guys
this, Ali. You're trying to sabotage them. I see what you're doing.
It doesn't work on Simon.
The characters are amazing. You're so funny. Like, you gel so well, and it just makes my job so enjoyable. Anyway, but enough of that, because it's time to weave some fate with the Fate Weaver. So, where were we? Well, our party are at the climax of their adventure, confronting the villain they've been searching for and on the cusp of unraveling the mysteries behind their stories. So, how did we get here? Well, our party, way back at the beginning of the campaign, Infinity, Uriel, and Tenebris first met by chance in the north of this planet, Braxigantu, in a mining colony called Vow 25D0. Infinity wanted to find out what had happened in a past that she couldn't remember. Uriel wanted to become one with his machine god. And Tenebris just wanted to find another job. Together, they accepted a quest to investigate smuggling in the local mine, and here they uncovered an ancient cave, deep underground, leading to a vast, glowing wall. There they did battle with a group of smugglers who were attempting some ritual with the wall. And they had to flee when the smugglers unleashed a wall of fire into the cave. After making their way back to Vow, the party hijacked a shuttle and then crash-landed it farther south in the Bunyawine Delta on the coast of the Central Seas.
The bayou.
The bye. Ding, 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 ding.
They trekked through the bayou in search of civilization, and on the way, Infinity was contacted by the spirit of the forest itself, it seemed, who told her she must go into orbit to speak to the druidic satellites that help control Braxigantu's geomorphic nature. So, the party reached the city of Lansdowne Port, where they took a job that could get them into space if they protected the transport of a package through the town on Festival Day. They just managed to do so, despite the package itself trying to kill them, and made it into space to talk to the satellite. Here, the satellite told them that Braxigantu itself was in danger from something called the Cult of Fallen Angels. That the party should find this cult and stop it. At that exact moment, a powerful shockwave rippled out from Braxigantu, damaging the satellite and bringing the orbital shipyards of Martinsbane, Uriel's home, crashing into the centre of the great city of Gunka. So, Uriel, Infinity, and Tenebris came to Gunka to search for the cult and to try and find out what had happened to Martinsbane. To do so, they allied with a powerful elite named Sci-fi. All right!
What? What's happening?
I'm sending things to make me laugh.
It made me laugh, and I was just trying to spread it. It was. I was flicking through my notes. I was carrying on. I was being a good student, and then I got distracted because under the Varnos Serafact here, it just says nipple play. Every single time I flick through my notes,
Why does it say that?
because
I turned into a rat and I went into Obadiah's shirt and
I remember
pinched
the
his nipples
nipple.
to make him
Yeah,
turn
there's
a
a lot
certain
of nipples.
direction.
and every time it just catches me off guard.
We were doing really well.
No, but he said, he wrote,
that.
once again I am caught off guard by nipple play. That absolutely broke me. Sorry.
We've all been there. Right.
Like, what's
Okay.
happening?
Okay, it's Saipavagi. Boo!
Boo! Yay!
Can we do the rest of this like a
Nice.
pantomime?
She's just trying to help. She's on your side. So to do so,
Oh,
they
no,
allied with
she
a
isn't.
powerful-
Sorry, Ellie. Sorry, we'll behave now.
To do so, they allied with a powerful elite named Saib Vavagi, who knows Tenebris, turns out, and agreed to help them on their quest. So, the party explored the Martinsbane crash site, heading deep into the fallen space station, and eventually finding the shattered body of a great celestial being. Uriel's god, Minerva. But a group of shadowy figures were extracting something from her head. The party fought them, but were too late to stop them. They managed to follow the trail to one of the great craft workshops in the city, and from there to the masked ball aboard the pleasure vessel, the Antares. Deep in the pleasure regions of the ship, they confronted a member of the cult. But the encounter span out of control. Uriel died, Infinity ran away with his body, Tenebris was put under a powerful Gaius spell by their ally, Saib. Uriel's spirit came to the Shadowfell, where it met a spirit in the shape of a robot almost identical to Infinity, who had a plan, it seemed, something to do with the ancient Titans. Meanwhile, Infinity fled to Martinsbane, where she brought Uriel back to life as a cyborg, but in doing so seems to have erased his capacity to feel. Eventually, the party all reunited and at last deduced that things were coming to a head around the space elevator in the centre
Eventually we got
The spell-elevator.
Gunka.
very good.
So, they flew to the space elevator high in the sky above Gunka. Below them, earthquakes and
Oh, the
flying
earthquakes.
beasts
Giant
Oh
bird.
god,
tearing
yeah, the birds.
Braxigantu apart. The party delved into the base of the elevator and eventually found a huge room, in the centre of which was a gaunt man whose flesh had been stitched together. A stitched man who Tenebris had seen in the memories of people working with the cult. He was working on some sort of vast machine. He greeted Infinity as sister. Then behind them appeared Saib, intent on stopping the stitched man. The man flipped a switch, gravity reversed, and the party, Saib and the stitched man, fell to the ceiling, now the floor, in the centre of which was an old wooden chair, in which sat the broken form of an infinite sky, hooked up to this great machine. Above you, rocks broke away from the ceiling, revealing a huge black spike attached to the machine, aimed at the heart of Gunka, towards which the space elevator is now falling. So, you three stand together. 15 feet from the centre of a circular space, itself of 30-foot radius. 60 feet all the way across. You are 15 feet from the center. In the exact center is the chair in which the ravaged old Infinite Sky droid is hooked up to the machine. Next to the chair stands the Stitched Man, now drawn up to his full height, skeletal and tall, his eyes flickering a nauseating green. One of his hands rests on the robot in the chair. Behind you, on the edge of the circle, is Saib, black-clad, hair swept back, poised like a dancer. Around you, the walls layer backwards like the seats of a great and shadowed auditorium, filled with the sparkling lights and throbbing noise of machinery. Shimmering crystals grow from the spaces. Now, everyone please roll initiative.
What dice do I use?
I just want to say good luck, everyone. We're all counting on you.
See you on the other side.
Use...
I'm going to use the dice from Simon's wedding.
Thank you very much, Longest Johns, for this new dice set. 19 for me. Oh, wait, no, that's just the roll.
I rolled a 19 as well.
I got 22.
I got a synthetic 20. Come on, Sean, you have to get a 19.
Synthetic 20
Oh! Ho, ho, ho!
with a 17.
So I'm just going to...
Who's got the higher dex between Infinity and...
Probably, I've got 13. Tenebris? What's your dexterity?
Oh, 16.
Yeah, so Tenebris has... Oh, that's good. Guys, that's...
Okay, all right. Let's go.
Uriel.
This is where the Run the Jewels starts playing.
Okay, that's good.
Right, let's roll.
Okay, so...
Oh, I got a shiver. Oh. Frantically rereading my spells.
Yeah.
All right.
Samesies. I have no bonus action spells. Interesting.
You can do your can you do your transfer of sorcery points and things as a bonus action?
Never actually used that.
Well, maybe.
Never had to stop a
today's
space
the day.
elevator before, I'm guessing.
I've got a couple of bonus action spells, not many though.
So,
I do have that one.
first up, Uriel. You stand 15 feet away from the tall, stitched figure of the Stitched Man. You see in their eyes what looks like religious ecstasy. You recognize it from your time serving the goddess that you loved. But now, that goddess is dead, and the man responsible stands before you. What will you do?
And so the three of us are next to each other. Is that correct?
You are bunched up 15 feet away.
Okay. Now, what I did last time was not Stunning Strike enough, according to Bates et al. 2022. So, I won't do that as my action. I feel like the first thing that I want to do is cast Hex on the Stitched Man.
Excellent.
So
Very nice starter.
Simon.
that means
Uriel, I mean.
for players at home, that means that whenever I deal any damage to the target, I deal an extra d6 necrotic damage, but also I can choose an ability and the target then has disadvantage on ability checks made with that ability. So I think I'm going to choose Con, if that's all right, Ali.
Excellent.
Very good.
And then so that counts as an action, yes?
It should say what hex is.
What? Oh, that's a bonus action.
Okay, great.
That sounds
So
right. I
you're
think
doing movement
hex
and
is
action.
Yeah. So I can still take movement and action, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so I feel like gonna run up and punch him in the dick.
Alrighty.
Look at Simon doing D&D. Yeah.
Yes, he punched him in the dick. Outstanding move.
Great D&Ding.
You've been studying your Matthew Mercer, I see.
Hit him in the dick.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
So that is...
Roll an attack.
Oh, God, I can't do Flurry of Blows, can I? Because that is a bonus action.
Yeah.
So this is just a straight up attack roll. It's that one. Longest Johns, you sold these dice to me!
Not sponsored.
You reach into the scrap code that you know you can access from this part of your brain, and you reach out through the Wi-Fi signal, essentially the kind of broadcasting signals, and you place different viruses around the body of this individual, and you catch them and carefully disable part of their internal network, the constitution part. With that done, you focus your mind. You leap forward, fist raised in the air, bring it down, and you whiff and entirely smash the floor, and your knuckles really hurt.
But because I'm a monk, I can attack twice instead of once when I take attack actions.
I was furiously
You
Googling then,
absolutely
being like, I'm
can.
pretty sure he can.
So I'm going to try and hit
Like,
again. First one was a 1, this one's a 2.
Are you joking?
Oh my god.
Simon, please don't just go up the numbers, okay? It will take too long.
By the end of the fight, I'll be great. So that's a 9 with my modifier. Does that hit?
He looks down to you. He looks down at you on the floor. He goes, "Is that it?" You look up and go, "Not even close." You go for the dick, and you miss again. You roll backwards on the floor. Come up fighting stance.
Not my fault. He's got a small dick.
Is that it?
Damn straight.
Next. Anything? Do you want to do any more movement?
Oh yes, because that was 15 feet of movement, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If I stay here, I can get an attack of opportunity should they try to move towards someone like
Correct.
Tenebris, so I will stay here.
Right. Tenebris.
Hey,
Fuck him up! Fuck him up!
I am going to look at this scene, and now I know Daedalus Grain made this throne. I know it requires power to bring Funny into this body from the Shadowfell. I presume that might happen when we hit the ground. I don't know. Is it happening now?
Maybe it's trying to get the energy of the planet
Sure.
to like.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the spike is.
I'm not sure. However, what I would like to do, you've said there's the chair. I saw it in Daedalus Gray's workshop. I'm seeing it again now. Use the sort of wires and everything. I would like to use my True Strike cantrip, which gives me insight into the target's defenses, and on my next turn will give me an advantage on my first attack roll. Basically, what I'm trying to do is work out if there is a way that I can dismantle a key piece of this invention.
By using True Strike.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So True Strike is an action.
It's one of the worst cantrips, but that's a really good use
It
of
will give me an advantage on my next attack on the throne, which I'm going to attack. And I would like to also ask you, like, DM, looking at it, is there anything I can look at to be like, oh, I'll try attacking that?
Okay, so basically what you're... So do a thorough investigation of the throne, right, of the chair, would be
Would be an action.
a full action.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do? Or are you just trying to get, using the cantrip, you're just trying to get a quick idea of what it is?
Does the cantrip tell you, or is it just
the cantrip mechanically just gives you advantage. Flavorfully, it gives you a brief insight into its defenses. Okay, you know what then? In that case, fine. I won't cast True Strike. I will investigate the chair as an action instead.
I'm happy to give you an advantage on an investigation roll if you want to use the cantrip.
The cantrip's an action as well. so I can't do both.
Okay. So you will investigate, and I will say because you use True Strike to do it, we'll say that there's advantage on that investigation roll.
Okay.
And the closer you are, the lower the DC will be. So do you want to go up to it and do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, I'm sort of cautiously approaching. I'm trying to kind of maybe keep the chair between me and the Stitch Man. I'm very aware that he's there, but I need to see what's going on with this chair. Can I roll investigation?
Yeah, roll it with advantage.
Okay. 15.
Okay, with a 15, you ghost your way past Uriel, who's locked in fighting stance with the Stitched Man. The Stitched Man's eyes follow you as you go. As you reach the side, you can see a slight tremble in the corner of his eye. Clearly, this chair setup is very important. Examining it, what you can see is that all of the different cables are entering into this broken and rusted Infinite Sky robot. So that's something that you saw already. In terms of how you might break it, there is one very, very large cable coming out of the back of the robot. The rest of them are smaller sort of individual cables that seem to definitely have effect, but are not as nearly as kind of integral to the whole setup as this one cable. It seems to you that if you were to target that specific cable, you might be able to have more impact on the structure. Is that the sort of thing you're after?
Yeah. No, that's exactly what I wanted. Yeah. I will. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, but I will telepathically reach out to Saib and say, "Mistress, I think I can destroy the chair." Just to kind of get her approval on that.
You hear back in your head, good, Tenebris.
I'm super happy.
Now,
she's pleased with me.
we move to Infinity.
Okie dokie. I am. What do you think?
I'm waiting for the word.
Oh no, you're not going to get that.
Oh
no, you're not going to get that. I'm going to bonus action. I'm going to cast. Well, I'm going to use one of my wild shapes to go into my Archer starry form, so all the stars start to swirl, and then on activation, I can chuck a bolt of radiant, and I will throw it at.
So is this a bonus action to cast the?
Yeah. So on activation and as a bonus action on future turns, I can do it. But it's not a spell.
Can I just check?
It's
not a spell. It's an action, not a spell. Okay, good.
Bonus action, not. But yeah.
Sorry.
A thing, not a spell. If that makes sense. And I will throw a bolt of radiant damage at the Stitch Man.
Excellent, roll an attack.
I got a natural 1. Why are me and Simon getting the same dice rolls?
Okay, we know what you're going to get next
white
time.
light.
It's a 2. So
blast out from your chest, momentarily illuminating this room full of strange and wondrous machinery. It carves up, and you can see it hits the top, the ceiling, carving into it for a second, and misses the target.
Yeah.
The Stitched Man eyes flick towards you, a slight smirk on the side of their face.
I'm going to use my movement to go up to the chair.
Okay.
And I'm going to just try and cut. I just help Tenebris and just try and cut down some of the wires and things feeding into the Infinite Sky. With my moon sickle.
The moonsicle! We've not seen it for a while.
Moonsicle.
I've always had it. It's doing things. It's just I've never actually like swung with it.
So so Tenebris has not communicated with you.
I didn't. I only told Side because she's my fave, so I told her. Sorry.
I'm going to help her. I'm going to help Tenebris.
Great. So make an attack on the chair.
Oh, that's 15.
Finally!
Not the same. There we go.
Is that plus everything?
That's plus everything. It's a chair.
Great. It is a chair. Okay, and that hits. Roll damage.
Yeah. Never
Let's
rolled
go.
this before. It's not a lot. Oh no, it's 1d4, not 2d4. Remember this one. 3 plus 2, 5. It's pretty good.
Yes, it all counts. Excellent. You scythe through one of the cables attached to this chair. Gas starts out of the end of it as it flails around.
Too bad. And I just want to look, not do any like investigate or anything. Just want to look at the infinite sky body because it's the first one I've seen in years.
Okay. Yeah. So you look at it. It's uncanny. You can see in the shaping of its bone structure, as it were, like its metallic bone structure, it's exactly the same as you, but it's so degraded, and you don't understand how it could even have become so messed up. Right. At this point, at the end of all your turn, can everybody roll me a perception check?
Come on,
Yes,
don't be
yes,
a 3.
I can. Come on. Jesus Christ. Why am I not rolling well? 14.
Is it still the
15.
night?
It is dark in here. Yes.
18.
Okay. You all notice nothing.
Oh, great. That means there's nothing wrong.
Really glad I've got that
That's
plus 9
probably
on
fine.
perception. Isn't that useful? Coming in real handy. Dice.
You're concentrated so hard on these battle tactics, these maneuvers, that you don't look around to examine your surroundings. At this point, the stitched man snaps their fingers.
No.
Now, in this instant, you suddenly, and you don't know why, the following things immediately happen. First of all, you hear a great surge in power from around. You hear power seems to crackle through the floor into the stitched man's feet, and then boom, in less time than you can perceive, the following things happen. First of all, the stitched man appears, boom, 10 feet behind the chair.
Oh, we're next.
5 feet. 5 feet behind the chair. The second thing that happens is something. You feel something invisible force you backwards, come between you all and the chair. Now let me just check what happens here. Excellent. The next thing that happens is you see around the body of the stitched man, the air itself seems to start to crystallize. Ice crystals start to condense out of the air, and he himself becomes covered with a thin sheen of ice. The intense cold around it seems to make the air itself almost shatter in a way. It's happened so quickly that the liquid in the air freezes and then sort of shatters around him. The second thing, the That's the third thing. The fourth thing that happens is suddenly, where there was one,
Oh,
there
fuck
are now
no.
4
My notes. Okay.
standing just behind this chair.
Come on, dance move. Dance. Can we please get a dance from all of them together, please?
And finally, they reach out their hand. They take the tube that you, Infinity, had severed from the body of the Infinite Sky robot. And the moment this is happening, all basically happening at once, they hold it out towards the three of you, and Side behind them. And they say, calm down. Chill out. A cone of freezing gas as they... it's sort of like igniting the gas, but essentially what they're doing is they're making it incredibly cold. And all around you, you feel the incredible sub-zero temperatures shoot out around you. And you all need to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm not trusting this dice anymore, but I'm going to give it one last shot.
Ah, damn it. I don't have
Natural
resistance.
20. This dice is having a day. So 22 for me.
Con, that's 12 for me.
8.
Okay, so you all, with the exception of Infinity, take... Just give me 1 second.
Time to use some healing
Worried about
spells.
this. Worried about this. Worried.
Me too. Check one of my
I'm
spells.
concerned by how many dice Sally appears to be rolling.
It might just be taking a long time.
So, Uriel and Tenebris, you both take 35 points of cold damage.
Ouch.
That's too many.
That was
That's
too many.
too many. That's too
Infinity,
many.
you take 17 points of cold damage.
And we all went into this fully
Ooh.
healed, is that correct? For the benefit of viewers at
you're
home.
you're all
Yeah.
at your peak.
So I'm just going to show people's HP
Not anymore.
cycling through. What did... Okay. Ow, that was a lot of damage.
This is not going to fall.
So, with that, can I ask, how is everybody looking? Does anybody look really messed up?
I'm more or less than half.
I'm less than half.
Okay, but no one's looking like deeply. All right, fine, great.
Not physically damaged,
In which-
emotionally, yes.
Well, I mean, it's not great.
In which case,
No, I mean, I'm on
Won't kill
death's
us
door.
immediately.
Ali, I
Yeah.
have like barely
Everyone's
anything
about
left.
to die. Yeah, we have to be nice to us now.
Does are they doing something else? Is the Stitch Man doing something
Oh
else?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We're up to
Because-
action epsilon at
that's
this
it.
point.
That's
Oh,
Okay,
that is
that's
it.
Okay.
That's it. So, Sybe,
Woo! Come on, Sybe! I've always believed in you!
Yeah. Sybe.
Sybe!
Best friend Sybe.
Everyone come round.
will say, children, allow me to show you. And concentrates, pulls down her hands over her eyes, and you start to feel the presence of some sort of like strange sonic interference going on, and it's moving around and around the room. And you aren't in the center of it, but you can see that the epicenter is focused on the Stitched Man. Unleashes some form of psychic interference at the Stitched Man, and you can see for a second he bows Dux holds his head. Not today! And that's it. Oh, yeah. And then Sai turns. Hey. Tenebris, you must do the work for both of us. I believe in you.
No.
And with that,
Get back in your little dice spells.
she gives you
Yeah.
an inspiration dice. Which you can
Oh.
I've always
And
liked
that is a-
Shy.
And that is a D12.
Oh, like a bard. Oh. Cool. She's a bard. That's an evil bard.
Bards
I
can
thought
be
she'd be a sorcerer too. Fun. Love
Bards
that.
can be evil.
Oh,
And
yeah.
with that, we come to the end of the round. And before we start the second round, I just want to invite everybody to make another perception.
No one wants that.
Twice per round,
I
you say?
I do. I rolled a 2. 11.
I rolled a 3.
My
It's a
mental
10.
dice are not being used anymore. I'm sorry. They're too unpredictable.
You rolled a 10. Well, you are all
Ali really wants us
Oh.
to see something.
Not with
are
that
all
DC.
aware that you are falling towards the surface of the planet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's happening.
Occasionally you see a satellite rips off the glass wall in front of you, the obsidian spine that is nailing towards the center of Gunka, evil and long and thin and spiny, and rocks zooming past. Tenebris and Infinity, you are far too concentrated on what you are trying to do, on what's just happened, to see it. Uriel, you too are concentrating, but you get the sense that something is different about Gunka, but you don't
It's
quite
upside down.
pick up on it.
I'm not standing on it anymore.
It
feel-
could
wait a
easily
minute.
be that. Excellent. And with that, next round, Uriel, what are you going to do?
Right, can I get a clarification on the funny Kai / chair situation? Like,
Yes.
is that being counted as a single object?
I was going
Yeah.
for the chair, not the
Yeah,
robot
same.
body.
Yeah.
Essentially, yes. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Right. So
Unless you, just to be clear, Tenebris does know some stuff, which
I
will
don't.
change that, but you don't know that.
right, I 3 or 4 episodes ago now had one of my fingers removed,
We all had our fingers removed.
and it was replaced with what was. I think we decided it was basically a missile. Like something was going to fly out, and it had 2 potential uses. It can either do physical and push damage, so force damage, or you can expend charges on this ring to try and break an object that you can see within 60 feet. So that has up to 3 charges. Well, it has 3
Kill
charges.
that chair.
Really?
Kill
And
that chair.
the ring makes a strength check with a +5 bonus for each charge you spend when trying to break an object. So I think I want to spend all 3 charges and try and destroy the chair that Funny Kai is atop.
Brilliant. So does it, and it does damage, is that correct?
It just says you can expend 1 to 3 of the ring's charges as an action to try and break an object you can see within 60 feet that isn't being worn or carried. The ring makes a strength check with a +5 bonus for each charge you spend. That's the entire
The
description.
ring makes a strength. Oh, I see. So,
So I
yeah,
sh-
so Ali, you need to set a DC for the chair breaking.
Break the entire chair.
Yeah.
I'm basically firing my
Uh,
finger.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip that a little bit. What I'm gonna say is that I'm gonna set different DCs for different amounts of damage that you can do to the chair.
Okay.
So, basically what we'll say is, 10, you do 5 points of damage. 15, you're going to do 7.5. 20, so 7 basically. 20, you're going to do 10.
10.
Is that how we want to do this? No, it's a powerful ring. No, okay.
Really powerful ring.
So, DC 10, 5, DC 15, 10, DC 20, 15, DC 25, 20, and onwards.
Okay.
So your DC minus whatever you roll minus 5, basically.
Well, but it's plus 5 bonus for each charge that I spend. If I spend all 3,
And you're spending them all.
yeah, I think I just want to spend them all to get plus 5. So I roll
20.
So I roll. It's plus 15, and I also don't add my modifier to it, presumably, because it's the ring.
No, so you could get 35 and deal 30 points of damage if you do it.
Come on, baby. Longest Johns, don't fail me now.
Do it. Kill the chair.
I got a 9 on the dice.
Oh.
9 on the dice, so that's 24.
So close. 24's
So-
good. 24's good.
So that means that you're going to do 19 points of damage. So, fire. A shockwave emanates from your finger, pushing you back, Uriel, knocking you to the floor, and ripples out through the air and smashing the tiles on the floor as it goes, ripping up, and it tears one of the arms off the Infinite Sky droid, pulling out all of the cables attached to it in one go, and then rips past and ripples down the rest of the room. Excellent. So that is 19 points of damage.
And that's my action. I don't think I can. What else is a bonus action? Because I haven't attacked, so I can't follow up with anything else. Unless someone else who's very familiar with monks wants to tell me otherwise. I think that is my turn.
Yeah, because you didn't attack with your
Yes,
fists, so you can't
Yeah,
use
It doesn't count as the attack action.
you can
does
move
it,
if
with
you
the
want.
ring?
Can you? So has the Stitch Man got like? Oh, there are 4 of them. Shit the bed. Are they? They've all moved back 15 feet now. Or was it 5 feet? Sorry.
Yeah, so they're 5 feet behind the chair.
They're holograms, aren't they? Probably. So they can probably do damage.
They might not be.
Because the anime characters could damage us before.
I would, yeah.
Oh, it could be similar. Yeah, you're right.
So I could just be exposing myself to a world of hurt if I tried to.
We've got to work out what they're doing. So,
Are you saying I should be the sacrificial victim and just
well,
going
I'm saying
up?
you've got a bit of your turn left, and we shouldn't be wasting bits of our turn at the moment.
Okay, so I will go. Can I? How close together are the 4 Stitch Men?
They are all standing in a little kind of group.
Like a barbershop quartet,
separated
kind
by
of.
about 5 feet. Yeah, well, one of them standing in front. And
As they appear, hello, 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 hello.
Gross. Kill them quickly.
Yeah, Infinity. Sudden rage. I hate that 7th. Yeah, so I'll move then between 2 of them to try and like tag them. So if they want to move away, then I can get an attack of opportunity on both. That's the intent.
You move forward, but you can't. Something is stopping you. As you try to move towards them, you push against something you cannot see that is stopping you from getting any closer to the chair or to the Stitched Man.
But your ring went through it, so
Yeah.
it's just a physical barrier. Maybe spells and stuff can go through.
Misty step through potentially.
Maybe.
Okay, but that is, I believe, everything that I can do.
All right, Tenebris.
There is a barrier in the way, but would you say that beyond the barrier there is, say, unoccupied space that I can see within range?
Well, you can't. Whatever this thing is that stopped you from moving, you can't see it.
Yeah. So I can. I can. Yeah. Okay. I'll. Right. Tenebris is going to take a step forward towards this barrier, and look at the 4 Stitched Men, and say, "My friends and I, we are many." And I'm going to concentrate on an area inside, like beyond the barrier, in front of the chair. and I'm going to concentrate. And if you'll permit, a form starts to coalesce out of nothing, just like appearing, becoming more and more opaque, becoming darker and darker. It ends up, it looks like Tenebris. It is the same shape, but with like claws and kind of
Tenebris.
sharp edges. And it's sort of like, it sort of almost looks like it's made of gloop. It has like fuzzy edges. I'm casting Summon Aberration.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's
that
a spicy
sounds
meatball.
Absolutely possible.
Spicy.
And I would like to say to the aberration who goes, so that's a concentration spell, I should note, so I could drop it. That was my action, that goes on my turn. It goes immediately after my turn. I would like to say to it, cut the large cable. And I will say that so that everyone else can hear as well.
And how does it function? Does it roll initiative?
No, it goes immediately after my turn.
Okay.
And obeys my verbal commands. So I have to tell it what to do.
All right. So you summon this. So all of you, you're watching this. So first thing, Tenebris, you move up to touch, and you reach out and you can feel this strange invisible wall between you and the chair. So you reach out, you summon the power of the colony, and they begin to coalesce and form this strange, almost like the lines where we see the lines on people's faces. They're slightly blurred, as though this has been made by someone who's using Play-Doh, and it's slightly bit modified and a bit shapeless. And this sort of figure stands a little hunched, and the claws come out. It seems to hear something in its mind, and it steps forward, reaching towards this large power cable coming out of the back of the infinite sky in the chair. Do you roll an attack? What does it do?
Yes, it's going to multi-attack. A number of attacks equal to half this spell's level rounded down. So it's got 2 attacks. And it's got claws. It's my spell attack modifier to hit, which is 5.
This sounds more like a run-on sentence than a
It
clause.
has to be. This is a melee attack. Has to be right next to it. Can only do 1 target. It's 15 to hit.
15 to hit. So you're aiming for the power cable.
Yeah, the big one.
That misses.
Oh no!
You swipe out, and although you can see that the claws hit the cable, they ricochet off this armored hide. You can see that maybe this part of the machine has been built to withstand a lot of force.
How damaged is the chair looking?
The chair looks, you've a sort of surface level of damage. You've not really kind of hit home yet, but it is showing some wear and tear.
I'm going to try the second multi-attack. Again, same on the
Great.
natural 20.
Oh yes! Let's go!
Yes. Aberration.
25.
That will hit.
Yay, evil Tenebris. Woo.
yes.
Aberrant Tenebris. It's not tons, but let's see. Oh, not bad. 13 points of slashing damage.
Is that doubled?
Oh, sorry. No, that's not
Double the
doubled.
dice.
So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 points of slashing damage. Thank you.
19 points of slashing damage. With the second strike, this strange malformed Tenebris, the eyes, it's the strangest thing, as you can see that this creature is looking in the right general direction, but they're not quite looking at what they're targeting, and you can see that actually the eyes are just the idea of eyes painted on a flat, peeled piece of skin. And yet, it reaches up, grabs hold of this power cable, the claws come out, and it sparks fly. And 19 points of damage was that.
How's the chair
you
looking
can
now?
see that the power cable
It looks
itself looks bad. Well, it looks hurt. Looks definitely hurt.
And I am, just so I've said it, that is the end of my turn, but I am going to turn back my focus back to the stitched men, and I'm basically waiting for one of them to look like they're going to do something horrible again.
Okay, great. With that, in finishing, we come to you.
Are Tenebris and Uriel near me?
We all get pushed back to the same place.
You
You
get
are
pushed
all
back near each
standing just. Yeah, you're all standing within 5 feet of each other.
I am going to. Sorry, Uriel. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Tenebris
Fine,
at
nothing
3rd
personal.
level. Well, no, it wouldn't be, would it?
Yes,
So,
yes, you should definitely do that. My God, that's so ill.
So the 3d8. Where
I've already died once. I can't go back.
You've already died. Like, you know, you've done it. Okay, that's good. 10, 15, 20, and I get an extra d4 because of the moon pickle.
It'd be really awkward if I go back and that dude's just there like, so
23
that went well, didn't it?
points.
23.
Did you call it the
that's
moon
amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I feel so good. I feel so
Right.
good.
Tenebris, are you okay?
Oh, now I am.
What does that look like? What does that look like in finishing?
It's a good question. I mean, we've said it before, it's the nanites, isn't it? So I think she sort of doesn't quite touch, but like hovers her hand above Tenebris, and these you just see these sort of like it almost looks like a gas, like just going through Tenebris's pores and going inside and being like, "I'll help you, don't worry," fixing all the stuff. And then I'm going to try and throw one of my motes of light at the giant cable that Tenebris told us to hit. So this time, that's a 24 to hit.
So this is your
My starry
this is your
form.
guiding bolt. Yeah.
No, it's
okay.
my starry form. So this is my little like mini bit of light, not my big. Woof. But it's
Okay.
yeah, again, not a spell. One of my.
24 to
Yeah,
hit.
that's 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. You reach out and the power cable itself is almost torn off the back of this this infinite sky, and you see as that happens in front of you, flicker, rage coming over the features of the stitched man in front of you as you deal this hefty damage over the three of you.
Under my
to the power cable.
not breath, I guess, but under my robot voice, I think very quietly, hand over to Tenebris, throwing a thing at the cable, but looking at the robot. I'll just say, "I'll save you," and then that's that.
I'll save you.
Who's she talking to? You don't know. Just trying to freak out Sharmony. This is my favourite thing.
As you cast this and you see the flicker of rage across the stitched man's face, you hear him scream at you. "Where did you learn these powers, sister? I promise you, we've never seen this before."
Oh shit!
You pissed him off.
And then yeah. Just give me 1 second.
Just get the kill dice out of the box. This stream is brought to you by excessive damage, but still somehow not enough damage.
That's quite a good name for something. I don't know what.
What, excessive damage?
Maybe a band or
Maybe we
no.
could do a little spin-off called Excessive Damage.
You know.
What would we talk about on excessive damage?
I think it would have to be talking about like mechanics of D&D. So maybe that could
like
be
power combos.
like,
How could you do the most damage possible?
yeah, like we could start and like and then work out how that could be feasible in real life.
Somebody did that for Warhammer. There is a thing where it's like right, how many dice can I possibly roll all at once? And someone was like, it's possible to roll like 240 attack dice for one.
We could do
unit.
like things where we like do little experiments with with dice or something? Like, how many rolls does it take for us to get like 100 nat 20s or something? Yeah, maybe that. I like this. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll talk about
That's
that.
easily programmable.
Okay.
And no battle regular program.
No, we do it in real life.
You can see the Stitched Man cursing under their breath, like they're starting to look agitated, proper agitated. You can see them thinking, what? Oh well, the old ways are the best ways. And then they take the severed cables, they turn them up, and then
Counterspell.
counterspell. All right.
I have been.
How long have you had counterspell for?
I have seen them. I've never used counterspell before in my life. I've seen them past. I know that you can control things. My friends are there, all over them. I'm gonna try and counterspell.
Come on.
Ali is furiously looking at rules.
Yeah, I know.
just gotta check,
Counterspell is
just gotta check.
complicated. Is the
Counterspell's a
spell a
different
4th level or higher?
So yeah, that is. Yeah,
Okay.
I've got it written down. I wrote it all down.
Okay.
I'm good for it.
I have to make
Yeah, so you need to roll me,
a charisma check.
using your spellcasting ability.
Okay, and I don't know
Is that
what level
versus?
the
Is
spell
that versus you? at all,
versus
or is it
the DC
spell
is
level?
10 plus the spell's level.
Okay.
So you need to roll a 12. No, you need
Do
to
I?
roll a 7. 7 or above, right? Because it's your
Well, we don't
spellcasting
know what-
ability is +5 for your charisma, correct?
Oh, I see what you mean. So, yes.
Well, it depends what level the spell is.
What level is the spell?
Oh, sorry, no, I've got that wrong. Yes, no,
Yeah.
okay, you don't have to
Makes
roll
sense.
that. I know what you have to roll now.
I feel higher than
Yeah.
that.
Do it. Yeah, you
Yeah,
definitely.
I was going to say,
Yeah, I
you
was
know.
gonna say,
I have to-
shut up!
Seven's great. Yeah.
Thank you.
So do you want me to tell you the total, not what's on the die, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you. Yeah. Tell me the total.
Okay. Ooh, 16.
Okay.
You
If it meets it, it beats it.
reach out. You reach out with the colony. And they creep underneath through the sides, the invisible parts of this field, and they reach out. And as you see the flicker of force coming from, it seems to be inside the body of the Stitched Man, they reach in and they quench it. And then as this incredibly cold jet of gas, it and fizzles. No! You hear the Stitched Man roar.
Good. Pretty good about this fight.
Swivel on it, Stitch Man!
Suck it.
So
I don't approve of this. It's like,
Oh no.
Tenebris is doing something, and yeah, Uriel and Infinity are just like, yeah, fuck you!
Suck my dick.
so we come to
Wrestling like games where you have the taunts where you could just press.
Oh,
the
I'm now imagining this as a WWE match. Cybervarg is going to come in with a chair. It's like,
back of the head. We've already got the guy.
back off! That's Cybervarg's music!
Cybe now enters. She moves towards you, Uriel, from the back. She moves with incredible grace, flowing across the room, across the floor. She reaches out, and you don't even realise that she's there until suddenly a hand takes yours, Uriel, soft and yet strong. She grasps it, says, "Hold still." You disappear, and you reappear inside.
Yes. I take everything I said.
Don't
She's the
fail
best.
me.
Fail.
And-
Also, we hate her.
And you appear right next to.
You know it's important when he moves away from the microphone.
Okay, alright,
Just
okay.
doing stuff with drawing pins here.
Ooh.
And then she will say, she will take you behind the head, look you in the eyes, and say, "You know, you make a good robot." And you can take an inspiration dice as well.
Nice. For the benefit of viewers at home, what does that mechanically do?
Oh, for the benefit of
Viewers at home, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, that's who needs to know.
You can add it to any
Why doesn't
ability
Simon?
check.
Why doesn't Simon say? You know, why doesn't?
Well, no, because I asked the question. It'd be rhetorical if I asked and
Yeah,
answered it
sure.
myself.
Yeah.
You can add it to any ability check. Well, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's any ability check, but not hit. I
I think it's attack rolls.
Let me check.
And is it a
Pretty
D6?
sure
What
it
type
is.
of dice is it?
Or
D12,
saving
D7.
throws.
I'm pretty sure it's. I think inspiration is literally any roll with
I
a
think-
D20.
It's most
It
of
might
them,
be.
yeah.
I think
It
because
might
it's
be.
guidance is only ability checks, so I can't give you guidance for things.
Ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. Yes. 100%.
Yes!
So I can add a D12 to that.
Yes.
Well, huge.
Any of those.
Huge.
And on that, so we're just going to do one more thing, and then we're going to take a quick break, right? But here's what we're going to do. Before the next round begins, I want
Perception.
everybody to roll a perception check.
Come on!
Notice something, you dullard!
Yes. Okay. 22.
14.
22.
9.
14.
God, it wasn't even that good a roll. But...
Still.
So,
City's upside down. I'm calling
Why am
it.
I drinking more water?
Tenebris. The sight of the lady within this sphere has knocked you off balance. You feel all you can do is focus on her. Uriel, your instant movement within this past this barrier
Sorry.
means that you are still concentrated on the fight in front of you. Infinity. For a second, you zone out and you look up above you. Where there was fog covering the centre part of Gunka, which has come closer and closer, the fog has burnt away. A white light, a great beacon, it seems, glows from under the city streets, under the earth itself. A great white luminescence. And silhouetted against that, a million tiny shapes. A swarm of something flying towards the space elevator as it comes crashing towards the planet. You just have a moment to see the curvature of Braxigantu before you spin, spiraling in, and there's a slight turn on the space elevator now as it starts to whip and whip and whip. And with that, we will take our break.
Okay, we're going to be
See you in a
gone for just a couple of minutes.
It's gonna be like the police or something, isn't it? Coming up to like try and stop it.
Yeah, if we wanted to spin off.
It's gonna be a defense thing or something.
No, it's the birds.
All the birds.
It's the
All the
giant
birds,
birds,
probably the
for
birds.
sure.
Maybe there's some.
Right, go get yourselves a
Sure,
drink,
giant
go
birds.
and
Yeah.
visit facilities. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Whatever you might need to do.
Whatever you may need to do. In unrelated news, bye!
So, here we are in the midst of battle. The space elevator plummeting towards Gunka on the surface of Braxigantu. And we are now 12 seconds into combat, if you can believe it.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
And so we come to Uriel.
So I have just been teleported.
You are holding the hand of Saib Vavagi, teleported right next to the 4 images of the Stitched Man.
Now, if I am reading my abilities correctly, I can, first of all, attack. Second of all, do Stunning Strike, and then spend a key point to do Burning Hands. I believe so. I'm allowed to do all 3 of those things.
Correct. Stunning Strike isn't an action of any form. It just goes along with an attack. You just have to spend a key point.
Yeah. And then the... oh, gosh. Where am I looking for? D&D Beyond? Where is Searing Arc Strike? Yes, so Searing Arc Strike is a bonus action. But if...
So does that mean you get 2 punchy punch?
I get
and
2
then Searing
punchy
Arc?
punches,
Yeah,
and then I
okay.
can do Searing Arc.
Nice.
That's correct, yeah. And
So-
you can, if you call Stunning Strike before for both of them, you can do Stunning Strike on both.
Do you have to call it? I didn't think you did. I think you can call it after you hit.
Let me check.
Because otherwise you're just wasting key points if you miss.
That
They
is
precious. I think that's right. I'm
yeah,
not
because
sure.
it's when you hit with, you can spend a key point.
All
So I think
right,
it's declared
fantastic.
afterwards.
Monks, jeez.
Monks.
All right,
Monks,
let's do this.
monks, don't roll
Monks,
a 3.
monks, monks,
Come on,
monks.
Simon.
Hey, we're the monks.
We're just us monking around. Punches you
I should've thought
repeatedly.
before I sang that.
Okay, right, here we go. Rolling the first attack dice on the nearest one. That is, with my unarmed, I think that's a 25 to hit.
Now, roll me a d20.
Come on.
With pleasure.
Come on.
A 10.
Oh, no, wait.
I take it back.
I roll the d20. Apologies.
Oh, this is
All right.
is it mirror image?
Oh, right.
Like in Pokemon.
You
Might not be.
Might be something else.
and
But that's
you
gone.
punch
now.
straight through thin air.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, it's fine.
And
It's gone,
it
it's gone.
flickers and the image disappears.
Right.
Not this time, my friend.
Oh,
The 3 images of the gaunt, stitched man stand in front of you.
So I can attack another one.
Try again. Yes.
Right.
Go, let's go.
Let's go. That is that's a 14 to hit. Can I spend my... Oh, do I have to declare that I spend the inspiration dice before
No,
I
you
roll?
can do it whenever.
You can do
Yeah, you
it
can
as
do
long as
whatever.
they haven't announced the result of the attack, I think.
Okay, right. Gosh. Is that really the best time to do this? Well, if I can stun them, I feel like it's a good opportunity to limit harm.
The only thing is if you're spending your inspiration dice and it's not one of the it's not the real one.
Yeah, that is true.
But it gets rid of one, which is huge. But yeah,
Because Saib's in here as well, so she can target one.
potentially.
I always do this in video games, or games generally. I always hoard things and then never end up using them. So I feel like this is probably a good... I'm going to use it.
She could give it to you again if she wants to.
Any day. So D12. Right, okay. So I'm going to roll a D12. I got a 2. So that's a... what did I say? So that's a 9. That's 16.
A 16. Alright. You... The left hand comes out straight through the heart of another ephemeral image, and it's gone.
Okay.
Now there are simply 2 figures remaining.
It's the Chuckle Brothers.
What now, friend? What now?
So that's my action. Again, I don't think I can do anything as my bonus action because... Oh, no, I have cast... I have used the attack action, so I can still do Radiant Sun... not Radiant Sunbolt, Burning Hands. So that is...
Or Flurry of Blows, whichever one you want, really.
Oh, yes. I could spend 2 key points to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. Yes, that is going to be better to actually try and stun them. So yes, I'll spend a key point.
So you're not going to do your arc hands?
No, I think I'd rather narrow down possible targets. So I'm going to spend a key point, and I'm going to cast use Flurry of Blows, and that is my bonus action. So the first of those extra rolls to hit, just us monkeying around. That is a synthetic 20.
Right.
Pow, 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 pow.
And then on your third strike, crack, you hit flesh.
Hello,
What?
sunshine.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to spend another key point to use Stunning Strike.
Yeah.
So that is...
Alright,
Is it 1 or is
so
it
what do I
2
need to
key
do?
points, actually?
Whatever is it?
I just need to navigate. I do find D&D Beyond a little complex to use sometimes, I
Yeah.
will say. Stunning Strike is 1 key point, yes. And so that's a con saving throw, please. DC 14 with disadvantage.
Yeah. I'm also going to use my Cosmic Omen to take a d6 off of it.
Not looking good.
Do you roll the
that's
d6 or do I roll the
natural
d6?
one. You roll the d6.
-3.
Well, that's a -2. So, you connect. You reach up, you find the key points, as it were,
Wait.
within their body, the musculature, the nerve ganglia, and then you reach in, you hit the heart.
And I do damage as well.
How much?
I do 9 points of damage.
Yeah, get him.
And then I can attack again.
So you hit them, you do that damage, but you feel like you've not done as much as you were expecting to. You've hit a lot of people in your life. Normally when you hit them like that, you know, it hurts them. But for some reason, they seem to just take it. Your knuckles hurt after the impact.
Okay.
All right.
So don't get the second attack.
With advantage because they're stunned.
Oh, of course, yeah, you get the second attack. So now you're
With
still-
advantage because they're stunned.
With advantage, so that is an 18 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And
Oh no,
then-
wait. Hang on a second. Let me just check something. Yep. Wait. Yep, that hits. You hit again.
And that one does 5 points of damage. Whoa, I have rolled 5 points of damage.
Excellent. Again, crack! You catch them as you kneel down to hit them in the hip, and you try and catch the hip in the place that you know will deal that damage, but it seems to glance off, some sort of like strange malformation of the flesh. What a turn!
Wow.
Very
What
I
good.
literally just went down the line of them and I was like, da 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 da, until I found the actual one and
So
then
is there only
clocked
one
him in the
left now?
heart.
Or is it...
No, there are still two.
There's still two.
Well, you can go
But
for
we
the
know
one
which
that
one
I
it is now,
punched,
yeah.
right? It's the one that's like,
Well, you sort of
I was
can,
gonna
but
ask
they seem to
that.
be sort of phasing in and out of each other.
Okay.
So you
it's one of them in like an idle animation. The other one's just there like, oh!
and now we come to Tenebris.
Okay, so I don't actually know for sure which one's which. Okay, that's fine. I can cope. Everything's fine. In that case, since I don't know for sure whether it's going to be them or not, I won't use the overly high level thing. I'll. What shall I do? What's better? I don't know. I'll ray of sickness them. No, I won't. I'll dissonant whispers them. Can I dissonant whispers them? Yeah. Can they make? So I'm going to pick one first of all and see if I get the right one.
So you have to roll. So is it an attack? Do you
No,
roll
then
an
they
attack?
they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
So if you're not rolling an attack, this
Yeah.
effect doesn't do anything.
Oh, but okay. It's
Let me just check that.
it's still I'm still targeting a specific creature though.
Yeah,
I
but
still
if
have to-
it's not an attack roll to target, if you're not like aiming at it, then it doesn't.
Okay.
Like you can reach out to their mind and find it, and you're not. This thing doesn't affect that.
Oh, okay, wait. Let me just double check what I was going to do. Whether that would also apply then at a creature that you can see with a saving throw. So that's still the same?
If you are rolling an attack, if you
Yeah.
have
Okay.
then it counts. If not, then it doesn't.
Okay, great. Okay, in that case, I am going to reach out.
Sorry. Before you go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You done it.
Uriel,
What about?
Uriel,
Yes.
when you hit something that in the
The middle of all the monkey business.
yes, in the heat of the moment, you didn't quite realise, right? But as you were hitting, your fists, as they came close, you felt the icy cold of the void, an incredible freezing temperature that crept up your arm, almost freezing the blood within your skin.
There's no
And for
blood
the
in his
first
skin.
strike, you take 10 points of cold damage.
Ow!
And for the second strike, you take another 10 points of cold damage.
Ooh.
That might change
That's-
what I do.
Yep, infinity.
You look really hurt, right?
Oh god, and there's no way I could save that. I'm looking for monk
Then,
things
I
now.
mean, if you look weird, it's fine. I can do it. It's fine. I've got stuff.
20 points of damage total. I'm pretty sure that my previous monk, because I'm a mountain dwarf now, whereas before I was a hill dwarf. I think hill dwarfs might have had resistance to cold damage.
No.
There was something different with them.
They have more constitution.
I thought that they had
They
different
have more hit
resistance.
points.
Oh, okay. But no, I don't have it now.
Look it-
I just
look
thought
it
I
up.
did before.
So, Tenebris, what are you going to do?
Oh, I'm going to psychic lance psychically the stitched man.
Psychically lancing the psychic
And
lance.
psychically, and I'm
Psychic
lancing.
What does that look like?
It's supposed to look like a lance of psychic power from my forehead. So I'm just gonna say that all of the friends, like between me and them, just sort of light up in a Mexican wave, just sort of ignoring the barrier. Having a Mexican wave. And then like finally with a sort of little burst of light around their head. And they have to make an intelligence saving throw. DC 17.
And what is the what's the effect of the spell?
Psychic damage. And potentially being incapacitated.
Is anyone else starting to feel a little bit bad for
Who are you
wailing on these
attacking?
people?
The Stitch
Man.
Yeah.
You come. You reach out and you feel for the mind of this creature that you wish to pinion. You
Is he
send out
making
the
a saving
force
throw?
as you hit what you thought would be a living mind full of thoughts and feelings and emotions. You hit nothing. From what you can feel, there's nothing there. A blankness, an emptiness on the mind of this individual, and your psychic glance dissipates and shatters into nothingness.
Oh no.
Oh,
'Cause
no.
All of my spells are psychic spells, so that's a problem. I think it's because they're an
Go
avatar,
for the
right?
chair!
They're not really here.
Sorry, this is now WWE style.
Oh,
Go for the
just used a
chair!
really high level spell on that. And that was definitely not because it was the mirror image, right? That was like I
No,
could tell.
this
the
was something
difference.
else. This is something
Oh,
else.
That's so bad. Okay,
But just
great.
to be clear, like,
Yeah.
you know, you've talked to this person, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can see that they are a functioning individual
Yeah.
and everything. But when you reached out to do that to their
Yeah.
mind, you just got nothingness. So,
The blurry Tenebris is gonna go. And
of course, yeah.
they are gonna make another hit against the last strands of that big cable that's still just about attached, right?
All right, roll to hit.
Yeah. 13.
Something about what you've just done has thrown them off, and they sweep wide. Their claws ricocheting off the other metal parts of this contraption.
One last
Miss.
attempt.
Come on!
No, that was 8. I can't.
They're
No.
thrashing this aberrant Tenebris doesn't appear to sort of seems to be suffering in some way and can't quite target this thing, and that's it. That's your turn. So Infinity, we come to you.
Oh, okay. I look and see Uriel looking pretty bad, but I can't get through that.
I'm
force
dropping
field,
nuts and bolts
so
here.
I will send up one of my drone. A little hatch opens in Infinity's arm. A little drone flies up and like sits above everyone, and I'm going to cast Wither and Bloom at 3rd level, and so you invoke both death and life upon a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point within range. Each creature of your choice in that area must make a Constitution saving throw or take damage, or half on a successful one. Non-magical vegetation withers if there's any there. Anyway. In addition, one creature of your choice can spend and roll hit dice and regain number of hit points equal to the roll plus my spellcasting modifier. I'm going to cast it at 3rd level, so you get 2 of your hit dice if you want them, plus plus 7, whatever you roll.
So 2 of my hit dice, which are D8.
And
aren't they?
was there an effect on the enemy characters?
Yes, so then I will target both of the avatars. So the one that's real and the invisible, whatever the fake one, just to make sure I get them.
This is not an attack roll, that's correct?
No, it's a Constitution saving throw, which
So
they
with disadvantage.
have disadvantage on.
Yep.
And they
How long does that effect last, that hex?
Oh, I can double check for you.
I think it's like 10 rounds.
It is casting time, duration, concentration up to 1 hour.
It's concentration. Okay, so you
do
took
need to-
6. You took 20 in
Yeah.
the 20 hit point damage in the last turn. So you need to roll a your
It's a Constitution save.
it's a constitution. Yeah, exactly.
A constitution
yeah.
save for
You
me.
need to get
You need to get-
half. You need to get 10.
Yeah.
Can you add inspiration to it since it's a
Yes,
saving
you can.
throw?
Yeah.
But you used the.
I used the
you
inspiration.
didn't-
Oh,
Oh,
so
did
no.
you
use the inspiration.
But I get my modifier, right? I got
Yeah.
a 14.
Okay, you're fine. Yes, so the hex is still up, and now the Stitched Man needs to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
At disadvantage,
It's 18 is the DC.
and they fail.
They take
So
12
what happens now?
points of necrotic damage.
And I can heal with 2 dice.
Two of your hit dice plus 7.
And that is that D. I'm just double checking. D8. Yeah, D8.
Your necrotic damage seems to have no effect on this
Oh, we have.
strange creature.
Does it at least get rid of one of the other?
Oh, no.
I've got
The
fire.
other
I've got
thing-
burning damage.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Doesn't get rid of it either. Okay.
So I hit
Okie dokie.
with the healing. It was that plus
Fire
7.
time,
Yes.
bitches.
It was plus your
Sorry?
spellcasting modifier, Bates.
What? Sorry.
So
Say that again.
I got 14, and then it was that
Plus
your-
7.
so 21.
Yeah.
21.
And then I'm bonus action. I'm also gonna healing word you. Just go, Uriel, and another little drone thing comes out of the drone and just like inject some nanites into
it's
you.
drones all the way down.
Drones all the way down. I'm gonna do that at 2nd level. Where are my d4s? Sorry, it's not a huge amount. 2 plus
Oh,
plus.
Ali,
It's
I should have been doing extra damage
9.
to them because of the hex.
14 points of healing as well.
Oh, okay. How much? We'll stick that on.
But it is an extra D6 necrotic damage. So
Yeah. So
it doesn't do anything.
It was not affecting.
You get 9 extra points. No, more than that. What did I say? Shit.
14. did you say?
14,
Yeah,
14,
I've
yeah.
added that now. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
okay.
you very much.
So
That's
we
my
come
turn.
to
This is such a
the
problem.
Stitched Man.
Oh, can Infinity just try and run into the thing and see if she can go
You
through the
can.
barrier?
You push forwards. Nothing stops you. You move in. You move up to the Stitched Man. Where did you want to go?
I wasn't expecting to get through. Sorry. I will. Yeah, I'll go up next to him and go. I've got lots more tricks, and that'll be my turn.
You
Up
just
right
see
up in
their
their
eyes try to look at you, but they can't quite see you out the corner.
Why
of their
can't
eye.
you move?
And so
Move
do
their
I
face
roll?
around.
So I'm assuming that the Stitched Man rolls at the end of their turn another Constitution saving throw to escape this stun effect
No, I
It
think they're
just
just stunned
says
until
you're stunned
Uriel's
until the
turn.
end of your next turn. Is what it says.
until the end of Uriel's next turn.
Yes, until the end of my next turn. Well, the
Stuns in. It's
I'm just gonna check
insane.
that.
The wording is the
Stunning
target must
strike is
succeed on a
insane.
con saving throw or be stunned until the end of your next turn. I believe that's the end of my
So
turn.
in theory, you could just sit here punching this person with stunning. Okay.
And they can do nothing.
Yep.
That's
And I'm going to
is
just be doing more
months.
damage to
But
myself
then
than I'll
he'll
be doing
run
to
out
them.
of key points. Yeah, yeah.
It is an interesting dynamic that. Okay, well then. You can see, and they're putting so much force in trying to move that you can see them almost pulling apart. The stitches that hold some of their flesh together, they start to sort of pull away from each other, the pieces of flesh. And we come to Saib. Saib will... Hold up.
This stream is also brought to you by Bards. Have you considered adding a bard to your D&D
I
party?
love bards.
You ever feel uninspired? Bards can help. Does your party have a certain lack of je ne sais quoi or fuckboyness? You can add a bard. We now return to our regular programming.
Move over to the chair.
The chair, did you just say?
No one likes that. No one
He
wants
said
to
move
be-
over to the chair. Is that what he said?
Yeah, Saib is moving to the chair.
Oh, Cyber's moving to the
right,
chair.
okay.
I thought he was like, it's the chair's turn. I was like, what's the chair?
The chair.
Look,
And
I have decided to
Passes.
join the fight.
Daedalus Rain makes great things.
Yeah.
you can see her examining it. And then
Go side, go side.
No, don't touch my friend.
This is
she
great.
turns back to you, Uriel, and says, I read the barcode. I liked it. And you take an inspiration dice.
Another inspiration dice. Nice.
I made that barcode. Infinity just
Yeah,
says
from the other side.
Like,
Okay.
stop flirting
That's
with Uriel's
That's
side.
some weird
It's
flirting. That's some weird
weird.
flirting, right? Like, that's not just me, right? I don't want to sound like kind of feeling jealous because she liked me the best and now she's flirting with Uriel, but
Yeah, that's the reason
So-
I'm jealous too. That's what Infinity's thinking.
We come now to the top of the next round. And everybody roll a perception check.
oh no!
God, I've already
seen
it. Oh, I rolled another fucking 2! 11!
5.
9!
You're all so engrossed in what's happening. You take your eyes off it. Oh, it's nothing up there. Just some
the
sort
sky,
of
yeah.
flashes of
Just the ground
we're
approaching
just falling to the
rapidly.
ground. What could
Yeah.
you possibly notice?
Yep.
And so we come now again to Uriel.
Okay,
So
so
your turn. What will you do?
I still need to establish which one is like the real one, don't I? So
There's one more left.
yeah, there's one more left. So yep, I'll go straight in with an old. I'm gonna go for a speed bag approach of just punching as much as possible. So attack one of the ones.
Okay.
That is a 16 to hit.
Nothingness, and the
good.
final image is gone. And in front of you stands the figure, trapped, stunned.
Okay, so I will attack again for the second time with the same attack action. That is a 17 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And
Go
so
ahead and
That
Roll damage.
is 1d6 plus 3. So that's 5 points of damage.
okay. Again, you catch them against the side of the head this time, but it's almost like there's a wall or something incredibly hard just beneath the skin that is decreasing the amount of damage that you're doing.
Okay, and then I will spend a key point to stunning strike them.
Okay, so they have a disadvantage on that, correct? And lots of DC.
14.
I'll use one of my cosmic omens to take a d6 off as well.
I said that with
How
great
much do you take off?
confidence, and I will.
I will tell you.
Yeah.
A whole 1 point.
Uriel, you go for those points again. You reach in, the ganglia, you tear it out this time. You feel them lock up.
Okay.
Okay.
And now with
So
the
that's 2 hits.
with the bonus action, I'm going to spend 2 key points on burning hands. So I can also add. So how many key points do I have left? Give me a second. So I currently have 6 key points. I need to spend 2 to do Searing Arc. Feel like there's not going to be a better time. I may as well plung as many into this as possible to do it at a higher level, and do as much damage as possible. So the damage increases by 1d6 for each additional key point spent. Yeah, I know that I want a stunning strike in future turns, but I still
no,
have...
don't worry. That wasn't what I was saying in the strategy chat. Don't worry. I was doing a chant of stunning strike.
Oh right, I just saw on my phone stunning strike, stunning strike, stunning strike.
No, it was stunning strike,
Stunning
stunning
strike.
strike, stunning strike.
So yeah, I will spend 4 key points on doing burning hands. So each creature must take a dex saving throw, please.
Okay, so you you're angling this towards the stitch.
Yeah,
birds,
so
okay.
not catching anyone else.
So they're stunned, so they automatically fail that dex save.
Cool. So I do 5d6 fire damage.
Woo!
All right.
I'm on orc dice. Don't let me down. Actually, what am I doing? These are always terrible.
Think this through, Simon.
All right, 5d6 coming up. It's not a terrible roll. That is 5, 7, 14 points of fire damage.
14 points. The searing strike of the arc of electricity from your hands. And you can see that as it enters the sort of layer of freezing cold around the stitched man, it loses some of its potency. It cools a little bit. Is that 15 that you rolled?
14, I think it was.
14. Okay, good. But it still impacts. It still does some damage.
And it also ignites any flammable objects that aren't being worn or carried if there's anything behind that can catch fire.
There is nothing behind them. No.
Okay.
Just empty space. How many key points have you got left?
So I've got 2 key points left.
2 key points left. Right. So with that we come. Anything else you want to do, Uriel? No.
I don't think I can do anything else.
Tenebris, we come to you.
Like, my character build is entirely psychic powers. Like, I can't do anything on psychic.
Have you got that sorcerer thing where you can change the type of damage you do?
No, I didn't take that one. However, I'm gonna just take a little risk, but it's slightly experimental. And I'm gonna try and psychically lash out at the robot in the chair and basically try and figure out whether there's anything there yet, or that might be there, or whether it is literally just a shell at the moment.
With mind bullets.
Yeah, so I'm going to
So
expend
this- So is this a spell that you're using to do it, or do you want to just sort of reach out with what you've got?
If you would allow, so I can't reach out with any spells. Yeah, mechanically I can't unless I use the spell, I don't think.
But your character build is able to reach out to other people's minds in general.
Yeah, like telepathy. I could telepathically reach out.
Okay, great. So roll me a. We'll call it a charisma saving. Roll me a charisma check, straight charisma check. Unless you want to. No, straight charisma check.
9. I'm not going to
You reach out with your mind to try and sense something of the essence of this being. Is it you're scanning it for all the kind of things that you know about life, but you can't quite pick up on it. I mean, you know that there's something going on there, but you can't pinpoint it. It was a really nice idea, though. Anything you want to do with your bonus action or movement?
Can I try and go through the wall?
Yep, you walk straight through.
Okay.
Must have been a concentration thing, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, maybe.
In that case, I'm going to run over to the cable and my creepy, blurry self. I don't think there's anything I can do as a bonus action. So...
Across the chair from Saib, who his eyes flick up to you for a second, and between you passes a moment of understanding. And now we come to
the aberrant,
your avatar,
Yeah.
the aberrant Tenebris,
who is going to once again attack the cable. That's a 14 in the first attempt.
They swing wide.
Oh, that was a natural 20.
Oh!
Not.
Aberrant Tenebris, Aberrant Tenebris, Aberrant Tenebris.
They got this.
Taberant?
Taberant, Abenebris.
Enebris?
And
Nebris.
I'm going to get this D10.
Should have done Chalice, not Archer. That's what I should have done. My wild shape. I could heal you all more.
19, 23 points of damage.
Oof! With a
Bloody cable.
and you can hear from the sealed lips some noise. The backhand of these claws smash down on the last remaining pieces of this cable and their way through. Electricity arcs between the two ends. The smell of burning metal and singed plastic around you as your aberrant self has severed the cable of the chair.
I'm going to regret pointing this out, Ali, but do I need to take damage for having punched the...
Yes, thank you very much for keeping
Bitch
being honest. It's very kind, keeping me honest. Yes, you do. You need to take... So you did 2 hits.
Yeah.
And you take another 20 points of cold
You have
damage.
to do another con save as well, just to be...
Oh, to keep maintain it, yeah. So 20 points of damage and a con.
So you need to hit 10.
That is a 12.
Yep. So your hex is still up.
Oof.
All right. So, with the power cord to the chair smashed, Tenebris, you immediately look over at the stitched man. And you see ultimate rage behind their eyes. You see them shaking, trying as hard as they can to do something about this. They are infuriated. The infinite sky in the chair slumps forward with a kind of pathetic ding, 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 almost like a marionette that's been unplugged from its main string and hangs off the remaining wires and cables. So the stitched man can do nothing. And
Isn't Infinity's go first?
it is now... Oh, hang on. Of course. Sorry. Yes, Infinity.
Thanks. It's not going to be the best turn. Sorry, everyone. I'm going to run over to the robot. And can I, like, catch it as it's slumping?
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to try and see if there's anything, like, medicine check, whatever you want me to do, just to see if there's, like, any infinite sky in there.
ooh.
What do you mean by infinite sky?
I want to know if I can connect to, like, if there is... I had the dream where I was feeling things as a robot arriving on the planet, and I'm assuming that Infinity is assuming that was Funny Kai, who had somehow maybe possessed an infinite sky, or, like, somehow corrupted an infinite sky. I want to know if the original, what I assume is the original infinite sky, who would never be corrupted like that, is in there.
So this was your fellow infinite sky robot,
Literally the
MM.
one after me.
your sibling. Okay, roll an insight check.
24.
24.
Got 19.
You take hold of the head of this robot. It's partially shattered inwards. So one side of the head and the skull and the eye is completely dented and bent inwards. But the eye is still just a very faint blue light behind it. You allow yourself to connect at a surface level with this robot. Reaching in, you can see that the hardware remains very similar to yours. Its body appears to be that of an infinite sky, but every part of the software, the mind, has been wiped. It is completely gone. And living within that circuitry is another kind of information. And with a 24 insight, you get the sense that this machine is not a living entity anymore. It doesn't house a mind, but it does house a soul. You get the feeling that this is some kind of storage mechanism. It has been turned into something to hold the soul of something. And that thing is not you, and is nothing like any infinite sky.
What have they done to you? That's my turn. I don't do anything else.
Bonus action.
Everyone's looking okay health-wise, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll the drone. I'll say it's still flying around. Another little drone comes down for Uriel. You can have a bonus action.
Care package inbound.
You get. Oh, that's 4. That's a 3. Oh, that's quite a lot. Actually, you get 12 points. There you go.
Hey, 12 Helios. Thank you very much. I'm over half!
She almost doesn't think about it. She just sort of flicks her hand, and another drone comes down.
You just see Uriel in soft focus in the background.
She's like, oh,
thanks.
cheers.
The stitched man, totally filled with rage now, fighting against the bonds that you've placed on them, Uriel, can do nothing. And so we come to Sib's turn.
Sib.
No.
Well, we can't do anything. I'm just hoping the Sib can do something.
Well, you're doing all the work here right now.
doing
Don't
My
say
fists
that.
are frozen!
I'm healing you. It's fine.
I'm trending downwards. Okay. I also, I can only do this for 2 more
Give you a
turns.
bigger heal next time.
How is everybody looking?
I'm great.
Pretty attractive, if I may say so myself.
I look
I'm feeling myself.
fucking phenomenal. Oh, in the game. Sorry.
I'm over half.
Yeah.
I'm
fine. I'm
well
okay.
over half. I'm nearly.
Yeah, I'm over half.
Nearly. Oh, I'm 4/5. 5/6.
Okay, she will turn to you, Uriel, and say, "How long can you keep him under?"
About 12 more seconds, give or take.
No, that's not long enough. I just rambled. I can do nothing. I can do nothing. This is the worst.
As I'm just punching over and over again, punch.
Running out.
What to do? I got nothing.
Okay, and then she will turn to you, Tenebris. Listen to me.
Tell me.
I have a bad feeling about this contraption. And this machine is meant... Something doesn't fit. This machine has been designed to inject something, I believe some form of consciousness, into something. But I do not know what. And it makes me very, very worried. Do you have any idea what it could be?
I thought it was into the robot, the infinite sky, the robot there. There is another creature, and it wants to get back into its robot body. That's why the robot is in the chair, and now we've broken the chair, so it can't get here, right?
Look, girl, just think, will you? Why would you build such an elaborate piece of equipment to bring something back into the body of this robot? Look down, look up. See that? What is that for? Where are we headed? And that will end her go.
We have another clue, please, Si.
So, the 5th round. At this point, you realise as the space elevator has fallen roughly half the way towards the surface.
Oh, but we're accelerating, so the second half's going to take less time.
No, Ali might not have thought of that.
Everybody roll another perception check.
For God's sake!
Don't fuck me.
7.
Kind of fuck me. 15.
Come on, Tenebris.
21.
Yes.
Can I ask a question as well while I'm looking up?
Yep.
Because I am looking up. Is the space elevator still going straight down towards the base of the space elevator, or have we moved?
The space elevator is no longer attached to its course.
Yes, I know, but like.
But we are headed towards the centre of Gunka still.
Okay, we haven't moved. Okay, no.
So, Infinity and Tenebris. Uriel, first off, you're still a little bit
I'm just
flustered
punching.
after Saib telling you that about the barcode, so your mind's wandered a little bit.
He's not flustered, he doesn't have emotions.
It's weird. I don't know.
There's a subroutine that's just trying to work out what she meant.
Yeah.
yeah. Processing power
exactly.
going through, yeah.
Infinity, you look up and you see, with all the fog and mist burnt off the centre of Gunka, the bright white light that was coming from it, you now see that the earth is beginning to crack. Sharp cracks are appearing with underneath, and you see that buildings have started to slide into these cracks in the earth itself. And the bright white light is emanating from these cracks. Tenebris, you see the same thing, but you see something else. In the very side of your vision, you see shadows. Huge shadows coming over into the side of what you can see, just the very edge. They cast these dark shadows over the planet itself. And the shadows are many, many, many miles long. But you just catch a glimpse of it. This darkness entering your field of vision. And now, Infinity. As
Hello, yes.
you...
Me and Shamini are trying to communicate to each other through mime.
Having a little bit of time arguing what we think it is.
No, I don't
Infinity.
think it's this.
No, I don't think it is.
You are knelt, cradling the forehead of this infinite sky held to yours. In this moment, you have completely released yourself to try and understand something about your past. Who were these things that brought you here? And in this point, your vision begins to flicker.
Oh.
You suddenly start seeing images. Images of a huge ocean. Images of strange creatures under the sea. You see faces flashing of animals, of creatures. You see the vast range of the McKinsey Mountains, and you see outwards into space itself, into the stars that you surround, and you hear in your mind, I wake. Daughter. Join. Is it clear what did you get all of that?
Heard the words
I wake daughter.
to join me.
Join me.
Boy.
And we come to Uriel's turn.
God.
Now, casting my eyes around the room,
Read the room.
are there anything like, I don't know, an open window?
Make a. Okay, well let's think about this for a second. So, what exactly are you looking for? Presumably not like a sash window.
No. I am looking for, is there anywhere in this room where if I were to pick up the Stitch Man, I could just throw them out of the space elevator?
Get him out!
Yeet.
Why let my
me, I
fists
must
take all the
say.
damage when the ground can do all the work?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say instantly, like that probably is not possible because the above you the ceiling is.
Also,
you know,
we're
a good
going
100
down.
feet.
So if you threw them, they'd just come straight
Yeah, you throw it
back.
to the side. You throw them off to an angle. It just.
But there's nothing to the side to throw. Unless you were to exit, you might be able to get out through the kind of plate glass, maybe,
That seems
and
safe.
then from there work out a way of doing that. But there's no obvious like yeet spot.
I haven't really considered
No
the fact that
yeet
we're
spot.
plummeting towards the ground and we're all going to die instantly if we don't do anything. I just hadn't. I was like, that's a problem for later, but it's increasingly becoming a problem for now.
Right. Okay.
Did feel like a later problem, and suddenly
Yeah,
it's not
Suddenly
a
it is
later
later.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ground rapidly approaches. Yeah. I've got a trick.
Okay. The chair is completely busted.
But like,
Are there any terminals nearby? Can't believe I didn't think to ask this before, to be honest.
What kind of
for what
terminals are you
though?
looking
They'd be for the space elevator, which is not functional.
Do we know that it's not functional? Do we know that it has been programmed
It's-
to do this?
It's detached.
It's supposed to be on. Like, this is not what space elevator.
cords have snapped, right? It's
for?
like
Yeah, the space
Oh,
elevator
okay,
is no
right.
longer going down.
known.
It's normal.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So it's not that you can reverse it.
we gotta get out.
We've got to get out, but we've got to. Do either of you have anything that would stop Stitchman from moving for more than one turn? Okay.
If someone from moving, I can't stop him from doing anything.
Well, what if we were to get out? Because I could stunning strike him and then Misty Step.
Unfortunately, I think we also have to do something about this giant obsidian needle.
Yeah.
I might have something for it, but it's a big long shot.
Well, we can't afford to have the Stitchman doing anything really. So I feel like I have to. It's nothing personal, Stitchman, except it absolutely is.
Got
But
to punch.
I do need to punch you in the face again. Because okay. Let's say that I do that, and then that means that it's the rest of it is now your two and Sib's problems. So I will punch him in the face once again. It's been going so much better now because I've got two metal arms. I've lost the organic one was holding me back before. So I'll give him the old one too. First one is a synthetic 20.
Yeah, that hits.
And that does, well, it would do 6 points of damage.
All right.
And I'll spend
Good, it all counts.
I'll spend a key points to do stunning strike. So I'm on one
All right.
left.
Yeah, and they fail. So you reach out, and this time you just go for the throat. So you go in, fingers go up, and then you just force them straight up to a nub that you know exists on the side of the medulla, and using your fingernail, the only part that you can actually touch, you pull out a tiny little cord of nerve.
Oh, that's made me
right,
feel
next move.
funny.
And how much damage do I? Do I want to punch you twice? This is the thing.
Oh yeah, sorry, you're right, and you take 12 points of cold damage.
I'm not sure I do want to punch you twice, actually. Can I double check? I have the artifact, don't I?
We think so. Because I transmit it to the things, but I never carry it, so
'Cause,
probably would have given it back to you.
Because I had it.
The artifact is attached to you, Uriel.
Yeah.
To
And
give you those extra key points.
Oh, did I have extra key points to begin with?
How many have you been working with? Because naturally you'd have 9.
Yeah, I think I started with 9, so I think
You should have 3. 3 extra ones.
You got another 3.
Oh, okay, so I've got another 2. I beg your pardon. So, okay, right. And then maybe not.
Shut me doing the same stretch.
Maybe not do
It's tense.
Searing Arc Strike because I feel like that's just gonna burn
Yeah, I
loads
would
of
bother
key
with that.
points.
Yeah, I would. Well,
Okay. What I can do is for 1 key point, I can do Radiant Sunbolt twice. Which is the cannon on Uriel's arm, so it's not going to do damage back to me at least. And that's
nice.
Good. That's good.
Yeah,
I
like
like that. Like that. Big fan.
and that's radiant damage. So I spend a key point, so I'm now down to 2. Confirm that, and I roll. It's a special ranged attack. This is my Dex modifier, so that is a 15. I beg your pardon, to hit for the first one.
15. Yes, that hits.
And that is 1d6 plus 3. So that first one does 7 points of damage.
Sorry, and this is
Radiant.
This is radiant damage now. 7 points of damage. Describe to me what it is.
So this is Uriel's. He's punched, and then I feel like with the other arm, it's. Have you seen Pacific Rim?
Oh yeah.
With the plasma
Pacific
cannon
Rim.
forming from the other. So he's punched once and just blasting at short range with his other
Zoom didn't
arm.
like whatever sound effects you did there. It
Oh, did it just completely cut out?
Yeah. And that's 7 points of damage.
That was 7 points on the first one.
Yeah. You feel like this cuts through the flesh.
Oh,
and you
okay.
make real impact on this one.
And then the second attack is a. I think I might spend my inspiration dice on that one, because I don't think that's going to be enough otherwise. And if this is radiant, I feel like this is a good chance to do some damage.
Yeah.
So that is a 19 to hit.
So again, you hit and these short range bursts of plasma.
And that is another 5 points of damage.
And that is catching them just below the groin, digging into their calf muscle. Not their calf, their thigh muscle.
We're taking a step back and just hosing them down with. I'm just
that
trying all
6
the. I'm
points or
trying
5
all the
points?
different types of damage.
Was it 6 points or 5 points?
What did I roll then? I think that was 5 points on that second one.
Yeah.
Sorry if I
Okay,
got that
great.
wrong, chat.
Great. Have you done your bonus action yet?
That was my bonus action, I'm pretty sure.
To add the radiant damage.
Yes, so that's 1 key point to make a special attack twice as a bonus action.
Excellent. Okay. Brilliant. Any movement?
No, because I want to stay close to them so I can keep punching them. So, I feel like
So
I-
he's not stunned now.
No,
right?
he is.
You re-stunned him.
I did stunning strike first.
Oh right, I missed it. Yeah.
And I'll need to take. I need to do a con save to keep the hex going, don't I?
How much did you take?
You will once I do those. Once I roll you that second point of damage. Hang on.
Second point of damage.
only hit one?
Second. Because I only
No, he hit
punched
twice,
once.
didn't
I punched
Oh,
once
so they
to
not
stun, and then I did the series because it's a ranged attack.
Okay. Sorry.
Clever, Simon.
So I took 20 points.
No,
I
you
think.
did 12, I think.
No, you took 12 last time.
So it's still 10. I think it's still.
So it's still a DC of 10. Okay. That is a 12 again. All that extra necrotic damage has been really useful. I would have done so much more damage in theory if they didn't have resistance to it. Like it would have been. Hang on, I'm just curious. If you didn't have resistance to necrotic, I think that's another. I want to say like another 8d6 or 9d6. I've got 9 in my hand.
So the 7 damage that you did. Yeah. Okay. So let's continue.
I would have done another 34 points of damage.
Tenebris, we come to you. You are acutely aware that you're becoming closer and closer to the planet's surface. And Saib has said to you what is happening. And you are also aware. Roll me no, I'm going to say because you are acutely sensitive to psychic activity, you feel another presence in this chamber, one that you cannot see, but a mind of incredible size and ancientness. And it is here, And yeah, it's here for a reason. You feel.
I will say too, I will just because I'm just like thinking and Simon asked me, I will say they don't just want to come here, they want to open a gate. They want to open a gate to the celestial place, the gods, the titans. They want to open something, like the wall was a gate and they have to open it, right? And I'm going to look around this chamber and I'm going to try and speak to this mind telepathically. And
yeah.
I'm just gonna sort of put that out there through the colony and say like, who are you? What is happening? And how do we stop it?
The colony reaches out into the darkness.
Stop. No. Become. Yes. Wake up.
And for a second, you two are bombarded with images from across the planet of Gunka, flying things in the sky, and you are suddenly placed in a flock of huge birds, spiraling up in a massive swarm looking upwards towards a shape barreling towards the surface of Gunka, and you're out. Anything you want to do with the bonus action? Very quick. Talking.
I'm gonna say, okay. I'm going to say infinity is the planet alive?
I don't think it's the planet.
And excellent. And also your aberration has been doing kind of nothing this whole time. Do you want it to do anything?
Oh,
Could it give me a hand?
yes, it can get. I would like.
I'm just over here treating this guy like a punch bag at this point.
I'm gonna,
Uriel's got this. It's fine.
Bah, 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 yeah, again in soft focus in the background, just see me clocking like.
Yeah, I will.
Don't worry, guys, I've got this.
Our minds are being infiltrated, Uriel, please.
I will remember them and be like, happy. And they will make a couple of attacks on the Stitched Man with their claws, yeah?
Yeah.
And they... 11?
The stun, you get advantage, remember?
Oh.
I should have been getting advantage this whole time.
Yes, you should.
You should have.
Not on...
Yes.
Oh yeah, even on ranged actually, yeah. But you hit anyway, right?
No, but I've spent the inspiration to make sure I hit.
Yeah.
The claws rake out across the flesh. That's physical, right? It's slashing damage. Yeah, how much damage did you do?
13 slashing.
13 slashing. But the claws, they rake across, and there's some sort of like hardened chitin surface underneath. And you do damage, but not as much as you were expecting.
Well,
Still, it's all counting. They're looking,
anyway.
They're starting to look a bit rough. They're coming apart at the seams. You can see bits of connective tissue forcing its way out from the stitching.
No, next attack is 22 to hit, and that's 12 points of damage. Slashing.
Yeah, 12 points of damage. Again, the other claws come back, try and grab at the side of their face, pulling at the ear, tearing through the outer flesh, and raking across the side of the face. Again, doing damage, but not as much as you'd hoped. All done?
Yeah. Thank you.
Infinity.
I don't know what to do. I want to try and push that voice out of my mind. and I'm going to try calling out to the forest. And I don't know if this is stupid or not. And just say, you're in danger. We're all in danger. Please, I need your help. And maybe forest, maybe satellites, maybe a little bit of just help, friends.
Is there any particular spell that you want to cast?
Oh, I got one. I haven't really got one that feasibly makes sense. No, I haven't really got anything. I can just leave it if you don't. Yeah.
No, that's okay. You still go for it. Just would like change.
No, I can't do anything helpful. I don't think.
You concentrating, still holding the head of this robot to yours, with this strange voice in your mind. You reach out to the forest, the one thing that you trusted. You reach out. You ask, please, help me. And you hear back,
You know me. The forest is me.
the same voice.
Oh no!
That's
Oh,
not what we were
no.
expecting. Okay.
Now that you say it, it is quite a similar voice.
I don't
And
remember
then-
the voice.
You also hear,
Do not fear. We are blood. Let me help.
I don't have any blood. Can I make an insight check as to whether I think they're a
Yes.
friendly
Yes.
voice?
Yes.
Because it could just be a scary voice that actually does really want to help. You know?
all right, yeah, definitely roll an insight check.
I'm just not doing anything on my turns. That's a 24 again. Yes, good dice. You stay.
Right, so you are trying to work out if this thing is
Harm
On
or
your side.
heal for the planet, me, my friends, everything. Like,
you sense that this, whatever it is a being of immense power.
sure.
You sense within it love for you, Infinity.
That's nice.
You also sense familiarity. That you know this. You have met, it seems, in some way. But you also sense on a 24, there is fear. There is anger. But not directed at you.
Okay. I'll let it back in to my mind.
You gonna let that sink in?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Give me
yeah.
1 second. I just gotta.
No, that's fine. Give me a second.
This stream is also sponsored by potentially malevolent deities.
No, maybe the forest is being summoned
Yeah.
by what's happening. Maybe the forest is waking up in order to stop it.
Oh, like Avatar.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's fear and anger. It's directed at something, but not me.
Whatever's happening right now, like maybe it's responding.
know.
It's not being.
Oh,
I
it
don't
better not be
know
that
if
one
I'm
time I
good.
peed on a tree. Oh god, this is gonna be
It
very
knows.
awkward. It's like a victimless crime. It's like punching someone in the dark.
If you'll let me ask one more question in my turn, I'll use everything for it. If you can hear us, Ali.
Wait.
We're getting the
Oh, no.
Ouija board out. Ali, can you
Tech
hear us?
issues.
I hear you. I'm with you.
I will ask. Oh, I had a really good question. I've just forgotten it. Oh my god.
That's the stress.
Oh, it's so stressful. What do you need?
Good, good.
Do not let them
Right, them being the big needle going downwards. On it! That's, I assume, all of my turn.
Yep. And a good one. You feel, you see the body shivering in rage and anguish now of the stitched man in front of you, Uriel, trying desperately to free themselves from what you've done to them, but they can't. They are stuck.
How bad do they look now? I mean, you said they look messed up, but
They look pretty bad. Like they are, you know, they're not on their last legs, but you know, you wouldn't want them to accept a pizza delivery for you. So now we come to Saib. Saib looks at you, Infinity. And then she is going to cast Detect Thoughts. So you need to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, feck.
Brilliant.
Oh, shit's going down now.
uh,
Oh, feckin' hell.
Crap.
This is not gonna. Oh, I don't. Oh.
Natural 20! Get out of my head!
get out of my head, Charles.
Oh, this bitch!
So you succeed in forcing the consciousness of Saib away from you, even as the tiny metallic mites attach themselves to the crowns of your forehead. However, she does see your surface thoughts, and you realize that she knows you are talking to something huge. But that's it.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. That's bad. She gonna kill me. Oh, fuck. I probably should have let her in. That would have been probably better long run. Oh, well.
And we are going to take another break because this combat everything is coming together.
Well, is that not
This-
going to have to be the
so
end
I
of the
think-
first?
I think this is
That's what might have to be
what
the
a
end of the
point
episode.
to end it on. You're totally right. I was just
Yes,
like, we'll
sir.
just roll through for another 4 hours.
I mean, we will in our world, but
Yeah, we are going to have to end this episode.
But before we do that,
Roll a perception check, everyone.
everyone roll a perception.
come on, this dice is okay.
14.
7 plus
That's the highest
9.
yet from Uriel.
16.
7.
Uriel
Right.
and Tenebris, you are both locked in your individual battles. But you, Infinity, with everything you've just heard, with the experiences you've just had, something tells you to look up, and you see shadows. Long, tendril-like shadows over the surface of Braxigantu, entering from the sides of the window of the vision as the swarm of flying creatures gets closer and closer. And we'll call it there.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Right. We're going to
Gosh.
wrap up very quickly today after all that. Thank you so much, everyone. Fantastic work. That was our finale, episode 40 of our finale, part 1.
Everyone, remember what you're wearing. Wear exactly the same thing next week.
No, because we're going into our lovely. We're going to have.
Oh, yeah, we are.
champagne
Are we gonna have
Fancy
champagne?
clothes.
Like-
Yeah, I think we should.
Are we
Not
going to
the
dress up?
moment for
Sure.
champagne.
I think we have to.
Let's
Sure,
dr-
okay,
let's
okay,
dress
okay.
up
Just
for the
don't
last
make
part.
it seem too
Stop for the last one.
celebratory, otherwise that's clearly just tempting fate. We've just
We're
like
celebrating the
a sense
final
of occasion
episode.
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
than
Yeah.
a success.
Black
yeah.
tie,
We're not
Ali? Have you got
celebrating what
your
might
black
happen.
tie with you?
Yeah.
Right.
And look, and then
I've
when
got
we
a
all die,
powder
at least
blue
we'll have
suit.
champagne.
Right. At
Or
this
Prosecco,
point-
let's be fair, real about
At
it.
this point in the campaign, sorry, I just want to wrap us up. I'm not going to go into great detail other than to say thank you for watching. Follow us on all the places that we can be followed at RPGeeks D&D, and whatever you do not miss next week's finale. If you can, join us live on Twitch for the aforementioned Sense of Occasion. Wait, what date is it? It's the
It will be
23rd.
the 23rd. Yeah.
of
Just
January.
like the space elevator won't miss the planet, make sure you don't miss the last part of the campaign.
At 7 p.m. GMT. Dress up, get a drink, send photos of yourself to us in your finery, ready for the grand finale.
Please do.
Thank you all for sticking with us and watching our potential imminent, fast approaching doom. See you
Doom.
next time.
Bye everyone.
Goodbye.
Doom.
Doom.